give us some of the tempos, some of the high points of Deacon Blue's last 3.5 decades.
You know, I think that for me, always a high point was being able to do what you want. You know,
Right.
if you made an album that, and Raintown wasn't really that album at first, but eventually it did become quite a good seller. But when we made our second album, which was a number one album, which was fantastic for us, simply because it allowed you to get the freedom to do what you want. And the only thing musicians wanted to do, only thing that all of us wanted to do, I bumped into Jim Kerr recently, lives quite near me.
He's on the show on Thursday.
Great.
Is he?
Yeah, he's just a great guy. And we get on really well with Simple Minds guys. But we were both reflecting on the fact that we're both grandfathers now. And the fact that we've managed to dodge it all of our life. We've managed to dodge work. You know, we've both got away with it. He's got away with it all his life. I had to teach for a while just to survive. But we've got away with being musicians, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you see the kids, and our kids, we've got 4 kids, and they're all working, and they're going to work at 9 o'clock in the morning, signing on their computer. Oh, yeah, that's good, and you should do that, you know, and think, we don't do it.
Yeah.
We've
But
never done it.
you've got away with it by not settling for it, actually.
Maybe, yeah. But we've got away with whatever's happened. But you know, it's, as a musician, I remember hearing stories about guys that were not doing regular jobs and just going in the studio for a day, just going in making music. And on a Monday morning, I go and turn my computer on sometimes and, you know, to start making some music and think, this is
But you asked about the highlights, and there obviously has been loads of highlights over 35 years. But honestly, now about to go out on this tour, the biggest tour we've played in 25 years, we honestly can't believe that's happening. You know, I mean, how it's possible, I don't know, but we've been doing it a long time, and who knows if we'll ever do it again. Nobody knows what's ahead of them, but to do this, and it's now like 2 weeks away and it's coming, it feels fantastic. I would say this is a highlight at the moment.
That's a lovely answer.
Honestly,
I
it's
completely
true.
understand. And also, we are where we're meant to be, and there's nowhere else to live apart
that's
from
right.
the here and the now. And can I chance this one, Ricky, if you don't mind, in your direction? I think this might be potentially your most enjoyable tour, because you are both not falling back in love with it, but you both have such an appreciation of what you do. And your music isn't heavy music in as much as your music is, forgive me, I'm just speaking, I'm just feeling my feelings, but your music is a design classic, I think. Your music has always been really light, really sharp, really big and full and symphonic, but it doesn't have, design classics get better over time. You know, and your music for me, obviously it has massive nostalgia, and nostalgia is priceless. You know, it's the Freddie Mercury auction will events in a couple of days' time. It is huge, it is massive, and it does have a certain moment in time, nostalgia itself, but your music is more than that, and you're going to come back, you're going to hit this tour in a different way. I think people, you know, there are certain people touring at the moment, and certain people about to tour, No Names, No Pat Drill, and they will be amazing if you've never seen them before. You're going to get to see a legend, maybe not at the peak of their powers, but you will get to see the legend while they're still here performing those particular songs.
Yeah.
I think when people come and see you, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be a modern day interpretation of what was already great, and it might be even greater. Yeah. I think that's how I feel about your tour.
Well, you know, as Lorraine said, and as you said, I think it might be. I think you've got to approach things as if it's going to be the best night. I mean, I always say to the audience, and I actually mean it, really mean it, what we want to do tonight is give you the best night of your life.
Wow.
And I really do. I do think that. Because I always thought in the early days, I wanted them come in one door thinking one thing and go out the door thinking another. I actually wanted to convert them. You know, I grew up with gospel preachers. That was these were the guys that I kind of saw on a Sunday when I went to church, you know. And that was the kind of my background. So I wanted a conversion. I wanted the full baptism. You know what I mean? I just wanted everyone to kind of sing along and be part of that. Now, I've calmed down a bit, but I still think...
Not
much. I still want it to be as moving and as memorable. And it doesn't matter whether it's Portsmouth or it's Glasgow or it's Sheffield. I just want it to be the best night of your life, and we'll do everything we can to make it like that. And it'll
I'm
be.
going to go after that speech.
I wanna go.
am going.
If I was in Deacon Blue, I would leave just so I could go to the gig and watch it.
I am going. Is there any tickets left?
I don't think there are, but I mean, people can go and find tickets from somewhere. Listen, we're out of time. That's flown by. But is there anything you'd like to get out there? Anything else you'd like to get out there?
Can I tell you one lovely thing about you?
Yeah, go on.
Since you tell me nice things about us. You remember Julie Smith from Piccadilly?
Yeah, of course I do.
Well, Julie, of course, was married to Graham, the late Graham Kelling.
Yeah.
And she told me a lovely story about this man. One day, her car broke down on the road and she had no one to phone. So she phoned back to Piccadilly radio station, and there was one person in the studio, Chris Evans, who came out, fixed her puncture and got her back on the road again.
It's the only puncture I've successfully fixed.
Isn't that lovely?
I don't think I think we just about got home.
Well, she remembers it so fondly.
Well, there was Julie. Can I throw one back at you then?
Yeah.
So Julie, absolutely all power to Julie, wonderful lady. What about Jan Bentley?
Oh, Jan.
Oh, Jan was a great Jan.
Greatest
Love
record
Jan,
plugger of all
wasn't
time.
she?
Absolutely. She probably brought you to the Benny King show. Probably.
She did.
Yeah.
She was more of a star than any of the bands she managed.
She was.
That hair.
I know.
Those leather jackets. Those eyebrows. She could do a brow.
I can see her right now.
I
How
love-
are you, Jan? I'll tell you, I'm not bad, Ricky, but I could do with a good bunk.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that, Ricky.
I think
Just said it's out there now.
after 9 o'clock.
It was all going so well. Ricky Ross on Virgin Radio earlier today. Thank you.